Okay, in this line, in this chapter, we will check the line with c4, second move, e4, c6, c4, d5. And now I start taking twice on d5. So here I have checked knight f6, bishop b5 check, one of most dangerous moves, knight bd7, and knight c3. So the idea of the whites are trying to keep the extra pawn, and we have to somehow take back the pawn on d5. If we can manage to take back the pawn on d5, then blacks will have comfortable position. So let's go and try to take it. a6. If bishop goes back, like let's say bishop c4, we have b5, bishop b7 with comfortable position. Here I have checked two options. Let's say bishop d7. If we are going to simply queen d7, queen b3, and then queen g4. And now white has big problems with light squares. So if not bishop d7, then there is an option queen a4, and whites are playing on the pin, but they are simply playing rook b8. So now they have to solve the problem with the bishop. If bishop goes back, then again b5 is coming. So bishop d7, queen takes d7, queen takes d7, bishop takes d7. So it looks like we are pawn down, but we have really good position because of two bishops, and the pawn on d5 somehow will be lost. So let's go d4 here, or also knight g2, rook d8, d4, and bishop f5. So we are doing here really good. Our next move is the knight d5, and at least we have equalized the position. And if not here in e4, let's say if our opponent will play instead of bishop d7 or queen e4, I mean this idea, simply bishop e2, we have idea like on bishop e2 we have idea with b5, and let's say b4 is coming. If bishop f3, let's say blue whites are trying to protect the pawn on d5, we're going simply b4, and here knight a4, let's say, and bishop b7 is coming here. So d5 pawn is taking. It's not possible to protect it, and we are taking it with better position. Bishop b5 check, and there is a move queen a4 check instead of bishop b5 check. Knight bd7, knight c3, trying to protect the pawn. Now we are playing g6, knight f3, bishop g7, queen b3, a6, a4, and knight b6. So we are just solving the problem. You have to remember this idea. So g6, bishop g7, knight bd7, a6, short castle, b5, knight b6, bishop b7. So this is mainly what we should do in such a positions. So bishop c4, let's continue the way if whites are trying to keep the pawn. Simply knight c4, queen c4, short castle. And let's say if short castle, let's say if whites are also doing short castle, it's possible to play b5, queen b3, because a b5, a b5, and rook and queen are both hanging, so queen b3 and bishop b7. At least here, Black has fantastic compensation, two bishops, and I like really the position. I like really the position rotation. I think that's all for this small line, which is not very popular. Oh, okay, now let's check one of the interesting lines, which is very popular last maybe 3-4 years. So this is with knight f3 and d3. The idea is d4, d4, queen d1. This is the main theme what whites want to play, and the biggest problem of the black position is pawn c6, because if I play c5, then I will give away b5 and d5 squares, and I think the best move here can be c6, c7, just come back with the pawn. But the problem is pawn on c6, and now I believe we can check with computer more deeply, and eventually we can somehow equalize the position, but which is very unpleasant endgame. So for myself, I decided to play here g6, probably to go maybe slide to a worse position than something else, but it's at least it's playable. e5 is the main idea here, bishop g7, d4. And here I find some idea with f6, so let's check it. If e takes f6, knight takes f6, bishop goes to e2, we are continuing short castle, and c5. dc5, because if not dc5, let's say, if whites can play like c3, then knight c6 and h3, bishop f5. I believe blacks are doing fine here. We develop all the pieces. And now if dc5, knight c6, knight c3, bishop f5, and if bishop e3, e5. So I think here black has full compensation for the pawn, and we can continue the line with bishop g5, d4, knight b5, queen d7 with crazy line, but at least it should be okay for black. So I offer you to play on d3, g6, because if not e5 here, then we are doing fine. Bishop g7, knight f6, short castle. And dc5 with this f6 is more or less forced. Only thing to the left is c4 here, but here we are taking f takes e5, knight takes e5, knight h6, knight c3, and short castle. And I think here also black is quite enough. I mean, they have really good position. I don't see any big problems here. Okay, and I think it's all about this one. That's it.
Hey, check this video out to make sure that you get more important information to bring your chess to the next level.